This podcast contains adult content and adult language. In no way does this reflect the opinions of other contributors of Good Morning Gloucester or Homiecast. Your discretion is advised.
E come siamo tutti muti?
Viva San Pedro!
Viva!
Viva!
E come siamo tutti muti?
Viva San Pedro!
Three times. E come siamo tutti muti?
Viva San Pedro!
Buona fiesta! Everybody have a good time this year.
Good morning, Gloucester. Unleashing this episode 94. Not only is it 94, this is our fourth annual FIESTACAST. However, this year, this is part 2.
Yes.
So we had a part 1 with Rogue, and that came out earlier this week. Friday, right?
Yeah.
And now we have part 2 FIESTACAST. And I don't even want to say who it is yet because this is insane. Like, Bridget, you did it this time. And Sam, thank you.
You're very welcome.
This is pretty. This is pretty crazy, right?
Very exciting. I'm excited.
So, Bridget and I this year, earlier this morning, I'm like, is this 4 years? Mm-hmm. It's legit 4 years we've been doing this, and every year we are able to bring in, the folks from Fiesta. We had Samo last year. Yeah, it's all right. So this is awesome. I'm so excited. So we have the hat ladies.
Yeah,
we have
crazy hat ladies.
Crazy hat ladies. We have Amy Robin. Say hello.
Hello.
Good morning, Gloucester. Yes. So excited. And so
why don't we have them say their names?
Yes.
So we can decipher their voices.
Okay.
For everyone, be like, which one is who?
All right. Who's Robin?
I'm Robin. I'm Robin, the dog groomer, downtown, and my sister.
And I'm Amy, the school teacher.
Yes.
Right.
Who's on summer vacation?
She's on summer vacation.
The sun has come out.
And do make sure that we hashtag Robin's dog grooming in here.
We'll do
right?
it.
Want to make sure that we do. And appropriately, all the dogs are coming out now.
They know.
This is great.
Ginger likes to come in and bark at everybody because Ginger is our neighbor dog, and she likes to come in and bark at everyone. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, your dog's so cute!" I'm like, "That's not my dog. She just likes to shit in my yard. That's fine."
So, here's the thing, and which is really funny. I'm going to admit this openly. I have no idea how you got started, why you got started, what was your inspiration, and I'm going to put that out there because I'm going to guarantee there are probably a lot of people from Gloucester that also don't understand it. Because all we know at this point is you are a part of Fiesta, and that's all that matters.
And we are.
But we don't know how the heck it even freaking happened.
Well, so me and my sister have been having this Fiesta party for about 27 years.
Wow.
And it started with my sister and a group of friends. And for me, it started as, how you see your friends and you say, we should really get together. What do you do?
Yeah.
We never make time.
Right.
So I decided to start throwing a party. And it started out small, and now it's really big.
Right.
But not everyone's my friend. They're acquaintances. They're good people. One thing I can tell you is everybody has a great time when they come to our house. They smile. I think everyone lives a stressful life, but I think that one time a year, everyone comes to my house, they line up, they laugh, they smile, good to see you, how you doing, how the kids' house. That's why I do this party. I do this party because it's such a great time to pull people together, to just really, really enjoy each other. And with all the stresses of the world going on, I just think that this is the best time of year for me to have our friends come.
Yeah, well, and it's Fiesta, and people love Fiesta, and people come out, and so we just decided to, as it got bigger and bigger, and my sister would be out, and she'd be like, hey, come to our party. Hey, come to the party. Next thing you know, it's 200 people.
And Amy would be hitting me. Like, stop inviting people. So we do. We have 200 or so people show up at my house, and we have a small parade that we carry a statue of St. Peter that we made. Wow. He's about 5 foot tall, and we do not mock him at all. No. We love this tradition. Right. We are 2 Portuguese girls that love this Italian festival that goes on. We love the tradition. Yeah. We go to the novena.
Yeah, we've been going to the novena for the 9 days of novena, which is really what St. Peter's Fiesta is all about.
Right.
And that's where it gives the meaning behind why people do what they do, and to see the old women who are who've held out this tradition for 90 plus years.
92 years. This is the 92nd year of Fiesta this year. And
so how did the hats?
So the hats. So about 2000, it was days before Fiesta, and I remember looking up at the altar, and I thought, I could do something with that. I know I could. So I took a piece of red construction paper, I wrapped it around a safari hat, and I took some little lights that the guy that was renting next door to my grooming shop had some little lights in a display case, and he was throwing it away, and I took them all out, and I put them on a hat with St. Peter in the middle. And that was it.
And that was
2000.
So
I came out.
why did you want to do that? Like, what made you be like, you know what? I could put this on a hat, but this was just, why did you
Well,
do
because
that?
one more added detail.
It was a detail, and I thought, well, this is what it's all about. It's all about St. Peter. It's
Okay.
all about St. Peter.
Okay.
So I would love to bring him and see what happens. And you know what? So I did him for about 2 years by myself, and then I said, let's have a hat party. Well,
and it was really well received when she, you know, because everyone knows Robin's just crazy and kooky, and she just likes to have fun. And so people laughed at, they're like, okay, that's Robin, that's so funny.
My sister never volunteers for this kind of stuff. I'll tell you that at all. I usually say, hey, guess what? And she'll tell you. She
got
gets
a great
little nervous.
idea
I got a
for
great
you.
idea.
Yeah.
There was a Horribles parade float before, and she was in college, and she just had to show up. And she really didn't know what it was about. And yeah, I made her wear some crazy costume.
But then the next year, she decided to do, hey, let's just bring a hat party. It's just a hat party. It wasn't even any specific theme.
So the party was it the party that you were originally having?
Our original party. Yeah.
Now
original
you're
party.
calling it a hat
No,
party.
the following year, she decided to say, in our invitation, and at that time there was only maybe 30 people that would come, 40 people that would come, and we would send out invitations to be like, the theme, we're going to do crazy hats. It didn't have to be Fiesta themed or anything.
Oh, okay.
And so
I did my crazy St. Peter with tin foil and a piece of red foamy board wrapped around a safari hat. That was it. St. Peter on the top. That was it.
The old red altar.
And
people
it was
came-
the old altar
yes,
from
I
back
remember
in
the
the
old red
early
altar.
90s.
Yes.
Because, you know, there were many altars through the years. But so this altar, and I never really liked that altar, so I was like, it's just so ugly. But anyways, and that was just my opinion, because if you look at altars through the years, they were magnificent back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, which I did do a hat one year with all old altars, and it was great. Wasn't that
Really?
great? That was a great hat. Yeah, it was good.
So after that, you know, a couple people came with hats, and they were like...
No, 3 people came with hats. 3.
Some people came
Three out of all the people you invited,
Some
right?
people came with like beer cans on there. It wasn't even Fiesta related. And then...
And I started doing the altar because I thought right off, well, I'm going to stick with the altar, the religious aspect of it.
Right.
And then my sister came up with this hat. It was really small, and I thought, all right, what are you doing? It's a small little hat, and it was a greasy pole. And it was a huge hit. It was a huge hit. And we
were
only
like, whoa, that's great. And, you know, it was the kids' toys. Like, we had there
They were
toys
Legos.
on it.
Yeah.
Legos and toys.
Foamy
And
G.I. Joes.
And G.I. Joes.
popsicle sticks.
Yeah.
Popsicle
G.I.
sticks.
Joes.
Like, it was like a plastic covering that goes over your Tupperware. And people would be like,
And that was the water that year. You put that over
where
with the water.
did you get that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was so archaic and so funny. And then the following couple years, our boys, 4 and 5, decided to join in, and we made hats for them. And then it became a little bit of an obsession for our boys when it would come, because we'd be busy working on our hats, and they'd want their hats to be like hers because she had movable parts. And
I had carnival rides that actually moved.
It was awesome.
Yeah, they were never meant to go on a hat and walk around town, so they never lasted very long.
And they got bigger, and then we'd be like, a week before, we'd be making them, and I'm like, I am not wearing this. I am going to be embarrassed wearing this. I'm not wearing. We'd put it on, and we'd laugh.
And I would say,
hysterically.
does this hat make my butt look big? And we would just, because we'd catch our reflection in the window, and I'd be like, oh my God, that hat's so big, I don't think I'm going to wear that hat. And we would laugh. And we would laugh because we said, you know what? Our friends love this. People love this. This is just our thing. And we bring them out at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and we take them off at about 7, 8 o'clock on Sunday night, and we have bruises on our heads just right about here every year. Because it's a price to pay to wear a hat that big. It's not heavy, it's awkward.
Well,
that's our response.
Right.
I'm sure that's probably
I think it's worth it. I'm not wearing it, but I think that
Well, and
the
I
most
think what
amazing thing
happens
ever.
is we'll wear them. People, our family and friends were there. They love it. They take pictures of us, and then we go down to we go down
races.
to the beach and stuff like that, and it's like the parting of the sea. People like part, and they're like, "Here comes the hat ladies," and I'm just like, "No, whatever, it's just a hat, whatever." Sometimes I forget I even have it on. People are like, "Can I take your picture?"
Oh, they get inundated.
Like my sister and I have a certain pose because we can't like put our arms around each other because our hats will,
right.
will clash. So we've got a certain way that and it just becomes funny, and people from all over the world have asked us about it and videotaped. Someone from Japan or China was doing something, and it's just so funny. We look at each other and we're like, really? It's a hat. Like, it's really not a big deal. But
So so you've been doing this since 2000, and it's kind of evolved, but when did what year was it that people were taking more notice and wanting to take pictures with you, and then you became a part of Fiesta? So what year was that?
I think 4 or 5 years afterwards, because then what happened was it was our family. It was 4 of us. My sister and I and the boys, and then our significant others wouldn't even hang out with us. They would just be like, "Oh, whatever," you know. But I think that's when it started getting big, because the 4 of us, and then the boys decided they didn't want to do it anymore, and then we just
too old, right?
And I'll
she
be
kept going
honest.
bigger.
I did keep going bigger because I kept running out of room. I mean, there were carnival rides to put on. There was Ambi sausage to put on. There was, there's fireworks to put on. Where am I going to put this all? So believe me, it could really get really big. And I guess every year we just kind of
like you're part of the seas now when you go down. So when did that start? Did that start in 2000?
Did you notice it?
Did you? Yeah, right.
Well, and I'll be honest that we have been iconic of the Fiesta, but I don't really feel like we've been recognized until the last handful of years, where people kind of finally, here they come. We've had some really great. Last year 2 years ago, they did a great article in the paper of us. It was great, it really was awesome. But I honestly say, because we're a little shy every so often, believe it or not. It happens. And so the hats kind of come out. We kind of just do our thing, and we laugh, and we smile, and we have a walk we do. We walk down Beach Court. It's taken us 2 hours to get from Beach Court back up to Sebastian's Pizza area. Just for taking pictures.
No way.
You should see them on the beach. I mean, when she says they part the sea, they're not kidding. There's actually a photo on Google Images of, and it might actually be Amy, or it could actually be Robin, and your hands are out, and everyone is no one is looking at the beach.
Oh, I love
everyone is looking at her.
I love it. I love it
because you also have fireworks that come out.
I have fireworks that come out, and it's not unusual to see me get a crowd going a little bit. Doesn't take much. A couple moggies, some they do things, and you can get a crowd. And to wear a hat like that, really, we just laugh. And it brings us such great joy to do this for us. We do it for us first, and our friends, and then we started something that we are in. Yeah,
because people start asking as June comes. They're like, "Hey, you got your hats ready?" It's the very first question people ask. They're already starting to ask now. You got your hats? I had it today. Someone was in church. Someone's like, "Get the hats." I'm like, "Yeah, not yet." And he's like, "I look forward to seeing it." And I think maybe we got big a couple of years ago. We ended up, so we made a Facebook page, Crazy Hat Ladies of Fiesta. Okay. We made business cards and we handed them out to people and asked people, just upload your pictures to our Facebook page.
Because we don't take pictures of ourselves. We are taking the pictures. Exactly. So we don't get to take pictures with a lot of these people out of towners and groups and family photo with the Crazy Hat Ladies. Yeah. So it just has become a thing.
Where did the name come from, Crazy Hat Ladies? Did it evolve?
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take credit for it.
Did you say it, or did it evolve?
No, I think,
these are the,
I think I kind of said it. I said, we're the Crazy Hat Ladies. I'm pretty sure.
You trademarked and branded. You didn't even know it. You just said this is what we are.
And if you start typing in Crazy Hat, we come up on Google.
Wow.
And I think little by little,
big time.
We do
big time.
Wow.
They do.
We get recognized now. They do announce us on the beach. They'll say,
they'll say they're
because we're always there before all the events happen. It's the Crazy Hat Ladies, but and it's so much fun. And so what happened?
Tell them about the Low Folks Festival.
Yeah, a couple years ago.
That was about 6-7 years ago.
We were invited. So Lowell has a big folk festival, and so one of their themes that they were going to have was hat wear from all over, and they had summer solstice hat wear. They had these women with these big feather things, the Brazilian feather things. And so they asked us. So,
no, they spotted us on the beach during Fiesta the year before.
Oh, that's right.
And they knew they were going to be doing a hat celebration at the Lowell Folk Festival, which is a very big, huge folk
July,
festival.
yeah.
So they sent us a letter, and we got it in December, and they wanted to know if we would come to the Lowell Folk Festival with our crazy hats. They took pictures. We have this whole thing of the crazy Fiesta hat ladies. And so we couldn't just show up at the Lowell Folk Festival with these hats. There's a story.
Yeah. People don't understand.
They didn't understand.
Right,
So
right.
so let me tell you. My sister and I pulled out all stops, and I made a paper mache St. Peter. He's about 5 feet tall. He sits on a board of with roses. We brought our hats.
You brought that 5 feet
We
tall
brought the
with
5
you?
feet.
Oh my God!
And then we
stop.
set up a picture display because I said, how do we explain these to these
They-
people?
exactly,
What do
right.
they know about this hat? So we
Well,
set up.
not even about the hats. What do they know about Fiesta?
What do they know?
People don't know. So we had
Nothing.
pictures from all over. We had Bert the Conqueror came and did a video. He came to Gloucester and did it, and so we had his video clip. We were given our old Fiesta committee gave us old pins that they didn't that they hadn't. So we were giving out pins. We were.
We did Gloucester good.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
and
that.
we were giving out Discover Gloucester information to come to Gloucester, and people were like, "Well, when is it?" We're like, "Well, put it on your curtain so that you'll remember it for next year." But not only did they invite us, and it was such an honor for us to come.
And it was in July, so it was after Fiesta. We were going to the Lowell Folk Festival. We had not.
Yeah.
They paid us.
They paid us to go. They paid us. They put us up at a hotel. They gave us.
Is this your only paid gig?
Oh yeah,
That was not only that, but then a couple years.
I would have
later,
done it free.
Right?
couple
We don't
ye-
tell them that.
A couple years later, they were doing like the best of the best, and we got invited to come back again and do it again. And
They
we
said
were like,
we had so many people at our tent that they wanted us to come back again. They paid us more money, right? Put us in a hotel, fed us. We had a blast.
so much fun.
And we got to wear our hats for an extended period. It was a hoot.
We represented our community.
And we did.
and-
We represented
Right.
Gloucester really good.
And we don't do
Right.
it for any recognition.
No.
We don't, like,
No, it's
we don't
just,
want
yeah.
it, like nobody needs to like recognize us or
No.
anything. But we do it for the love of it. And again, like my sister said, in this world where it's just crazy, and it just makes people feel good and they're happy and it makes them smile. And it's like.
Right.
It's a no-brainer,
Right.
No, not everyone could do it because people are like, "Oh, where'd you get that?" I'm like,
Would you wear this hat? Would you wear this hat if you bought this hat at Walmart? I mean, because some of the most frequently asked questions are, number one frequently asked question is,
"How much does it weigh?"
how much does it weigh? And it's awkward. It's not that it's a heavy hat. It's made out of foamy board, Legos, popsicle sticks, Mardi Gras beads. It goes on and on.
And mine's probably like 6, 7, 8 pounds.
Yeah.
It's
just awkward.
Have you ever weighed it?
No,
we
God,
haven't.
no.
Oh, you guys should.
So when you first started, it was obviously like you were talking about. It was smaller. It was just about.
Oh, it was very small.
It's
So-
just about the party.
It was about the
Right.
party.
So wait, first of all, do you live in the same place for 27 years?
I have been in the same house for 26 years. And then
so
we...
this is the place that you have the party every. Is this the
Yes.
same house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if I were to sell the house, the
Yeah.
people that own the house, one Saturday a year,
they'd have
they would have about
everybody- they would have a
200
party.
people show up at their house dressed in funky clothing.
yeah, that's awesome.
It's so funny
party?
because like now it's like people come to the party, but we tell everyone come 3:00 on Saturday. If you don't come any other time, come 3:00. Now we have the grease pole walkers that walk on Saturday come up to the house. They come up to the house. They're part of our parade. So we have little kids who carry oars. We have a parade. We have a drummer.
We have
that
a drummer.
comes. Then we kind of present.
We come out with our
debut
hats. So now we debut our hats at the end of our 15-minute parade.
So
Not even
wait,
15
when did the okay? So we talked about starting in 2000.
Yep.
You're being recognized, but now you're talking about a parade.
I
So
know.
A mini
when-
parade.
It's very mini,
parade.
very mini.
A mini
Barely
parade.
leaves our neighborhood.
No, it's fine. But when did that start?
I think that started, the boys
And
were
why?
probably...
Yeah. When did that start, and why did the mini parade
I'm
start?
going to take full
You go for
responsibility for it because, again, I have these great ideas all the time, and I say to my sister, I have an idea. And she always gets, oh, God. Yep, I can't lie. And I think It started out, I'm going to be honest, it was a blow-up doll. St. Peter was a blow-up doll.
Oh, that's right, he was.
He was a blow-up doll.
Before the
He had,
papier-mâché.
and again, he had this great beard, and we would carry him to the altar, and the altar was just a piece of foamy board, spray painted a little. Now it's
Yeah,
very
it wasn't even a
elaborate.
parade at that time. It
no.
was just, she'd bring him out of the house,
Out of the
put him
cellar.
up on our
He'd
little
come out of the
makeshift
cellar.
altar,
Right.
and that was it.
Right.
And then it just got...
And then you walk down to
No,
the...
at that point we didn't do anything. We just brought
Okay.
it from the garage
Right.
to the yard. And then,
Okay.
I don't know, my sister
And then-
always
and
like,
then when-
hey, I got a great idea.
I had a
I'm
great
like,
idea, and I sat on my back deck, and I had some strips of newspaper, and I had some mixed up paste in water, and I said, I'm going to do something with this balloon. And I made St.
became-
Peter.
and it became St.
And
Peter.
I made St. Peter. And you know what? He came out really good, and I put him on the stand, and St. Peter was created. He's
And
about-
then you said, we're going to march
I said, we gotta-
with our hats
Oh, we
down?
got to march. We've got to march with this somewhere, at least down the street.
Okay.
So we started we put
With
it.
your hats on, though.
We were just debuting our hats. At that time, it was just the hats. We'd come out and we'd be like,
Yeah, we would just come out with the hats before the parade. And then so the parade, we did the parade, and we have ore carriers, and we have confetti bombs, and we have, I'm not kidding you,
have a
200
banner.
people
Like,
that line the
that
street.
literally was just like, this is what we need to do?
Yeah, well,
And when did that start?
It's
What
her.
year?
It's her all
that
the time.
the parade
It's really her.
probably
She thinks-
started, I'm going to say
least
probably
5 years ago,
No,
6?
longer than that, probably 7-8 years ago.
No way, really? That long?
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, before it would just start like at the bottom of the hill. Now it goes, we bring our,
That's their St. Peter.
we bring our, we bring him earlier in the day down to a neighbor at the bottom of Orchard Street. We
Yeah.
hide it in her yard. And then at 3 o'clock, we gather people and we, like, okay, everyone, come on out in the street. And they all line up the side of the street, and we walk
down to where our St.
and we
Peter is.
organize a little parade.
We have a parade.
And neighbors come out, and
Orchard Street is not for nothing. Orchard Street is away
Yeah.
from the Greasy Pole.
Well, it's not too
where
far.
are you-
It's up by Sebastian's Pizza.
Right.
So we are on the cutoff as far as Fiesta,
Yes.
non-Fiesta. So we are on the
you
cutoff.
start at, like, say, Sebastian's.
Yeah,
And then
We
you
go down
walk
Orchard-
down.
no, we just walk up to her house.
to my house.
To Orchard
Oh,
Street.
we
don't- yeah,
we walk
we-
up to the party.
We go to where my house is.
Yeah.
Which is about a
So if you blink your
6-minute
eyes,
walk.
it's over. It's over.
And then you take But do you take St. Peter to the Greasy Pole?
No.
Oh,
they
where
just
do
go
you-
down Orchard Street to their house.
Oh, that's it. That's all you do.
He's
okay.
he's in a
Blow
neighbor's
confetti,
backyard.
And we do all these
Okay.
fun things at the
Okay,
end.
then
so
we
it's literally only on that street.
That's all it is. We,
Oh, okay.
we have
So
no
the
permits or
parade-
anything.
Yeah.
Right, I know, but that's why I was like,
We can edit this out. if you
when you
want.
debut your hats, don't you come down Beach Court?
We don't. We do that around 4 o'clock. We'll do the parade. People take pictures. Everyone's great.
So your parade for the
Is
hat unveiling
Is
on
at
Beach
3
Court.
o'clock
It's not on
sharp.
Beach Court. It's on Orchard.
It's on
Street.
our
On
in our
Orchard
neighborhood.
Street. But so I thought I've seen you coming
We do.
down.
No,
Oh,
they
yeah,
do.
yeah. So
They
we're there.
walk down
So you
just
do
them
two
and
things.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
we
All right.
present the hats at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
At 4 o'clock, we gather up. Let's go.
Okay.
We're heading down to the Greasy Pole. So we head down to the Greasy Pole.
Yes.
It's usually the
An
walk.
entourage of people.
Entourage.
Oh, I can't imagine.
The seas part as we come. And we stop at a few houses. We do a couple of chants.
Yeah.
We walk down to the beach where we hang out for a little bit.
Right.
But we got a kicking party going at my house, so we don't stay too long. We hang out a little bit.
Right.
And then we take a bunch of pictures. You do a walk around.
So funny.
And
It's just
yeah,
so funny.
It's a
'cause
riot.
People,
Yeah.
you see people like pointing, and they're like,
They're
they're
like-
there, and they come down like, can I take a picture? Take a picture. I'm like, well, I don't wear this hat to not have my picture
Right,
taken.
right.
Like,
And what we mean,
right,
it's just so
exactly.
awesome.
It
Why
is
not?
fun.
So
Right.
it becomes a couple hours of a lot of picture taking. Then we head back to my house. But we spend all day Sunday down at the Fiesta with
Oh,
our
you
hats.
do.
All
oh
day.
my God, that's so funny.
So we hang out at the beach. We hang out just because it's our 2 days a
we
year
go to the
that
parade.
we wear
We
these
watch
hats.
the parade. People are like, why don't you be in the parade? We're like, no,
No.
we're not that.
No.
Like, we don't.
No.
We don't want to take over anything.
No,
it's
God,
just what
no.
we do. We're on the sidelines.
It's what we do.
Right.
We laugh and we love it, and if we can share this with our friends and bystanders, and
Right.
we just love it.
Right.
I know I'm not the only one who looks forward to it.
She's
every
not the
year.
only
No.
one.
So-
She's
No
one of our
way.
biggest
Do
fans,
you-
so
Oh,
we
yeah,
love it.
Absolutely.
So do you guys? Okay. So do one of you do the same thing every year? Like, do you guys change it up every year? But does one do the altar and one do the greasy pole?
Yes. Yeah. I do the altar.
Okay.
I always do the altar.
Okay.
So I don't always redo my hat. I add to it every year.
Oh,
I do not make a brand new hat every year. That's another one of the most frequently asked questions are, do you make a new hat?
No kidding.
Because we'd have 19 hats.
No kidding.
And the work that goes into these hats is so intense that I just physically could not do it every year, make a brand new hat. So I always do the Fiesta.
It's gotta get too heavy, though.
And well, you have to really keep that on mind. You have to keep it on mind.
Right, and they keep up with things too. Like if something happens in Gloucester, or like Sutton changes, like when Safathia became mayor, they added Safathia to our hat, and like like stuff like that.
When
like
the wind turbines came that year, I had 3 huge wind turbines coming out of the top of my hat.
Yeah, so like they keep up with it.
Oh, and the bird's eye, you had the
bird's eye building. The hotel came. I had the bird's eye, and the next year I did the hotel, where the hotel was on my hat for about 3 years.
Yep.
Wow.
And I would add to it, take it down. So I haven't done a brand new hat in about 3 years.
Wow.
But this year I added 2 brand new sides.
And they're secret, right?
And they're secret. Nobody knows.
When do you? So it's not until the unveiling.
Not until Saturday, 3 o'clock sharp.
At your house.
And so not every year is an epic year. Not every year can we think of something.
Well, no, you might not think it's an epic year.
You're right.
But everyone else but you guys might. It is an epic year.
So my sister
you
always,
might be like, but you know, everyone's like, they can't wait.
Right.
Amy always does the greasy pole, and I have to say I'm very happy. My sister finally went big after many years of fighting it, and she just couldn't fight it anymore. It had to go big. There had to be the boats. There had to be the blessing of the fleet. There had to be. So my sister joined.
The dories are on
the
there.
dories.
Yeah. In fact, we just pulled it out. It's in the car right now, and I'm like, I think I'm going to have to redo a lot of it.
My hat is finished. I finished it today, so that makes my hat very happy because.
What's the basis of the hat? Like, is it what kind of hat is
foamy
it?
board. So it's I have a cowboy hat. And on top of it, I cut a hole, and the base is foamy board. You have got to think light, or you're never going to get the details on it that you really want.
Remember when I did wood?
Oh, gosh.
Ooh, who did wood?
It was like a piece of wood, and I had to put cotton.
Oh, bruises.
Oh my God,
bruises. It was bad.
You were like, what was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
That was probably epic,
bruises and bumps. How you doing? Oh, I'm doing all right. It's going down.
Now do you see like new toys coming out with? Well, you're a school teacher, so you see like little kids with toys, and you're like, "This would be great on a hat."
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. That's always on mine.
Because we don't have little ones anymore, so I can't raid their toy boxes. You know.
Oh my God, I will gladly donate toys.
You definitely will.
Thank you. We'll take you up on that.
Because
we would put an APB out looking for 4-inch people with,
the people at yard sales.
Nice. Todd's Farm was always a great one. I would score Barbie dolls, Ken dolls, and you could put tutus on them, and you could put boobs on them. You could put.
They were pretty much any greasy.
You could be anything, right?
Oh yeah.
So
it's fun. It's fun. But
some years,
I try and do like whatever a tribute to someone or something going on. Last year, remember when the Pepsi truck drove onto the beach? So I had the Pepsi truck on my greasy pole, and so if there's something that noteworthy in the town, we kind of
There wasn't a whole lot, not a whole lot going on this year. I kept waiting for that. Epic thinking. It's kind of been a little quiet, but I pulled a little something off. It's okay. Pull something off.
Yeah.
And a lot of
exactly around here.
Yeah,
I mean, it's very
right.
cold too.
Yeah, exactly.
Little extra glitter. A little pipe cleaners are my best friends. I
won't
lie.
Well.
They come in many colors.
Yes.
I am adding new lights on this year. I'm very excited.
Okay.
I'm very excited. We'll light up nice and bright this year. You see it from space. You'll see it from space. That's what we're going for this year.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
We've got to tell them that we also someone made, because my sister barters with people. Someone made. You remember we made a St. Peter cutout?
Yep, we have.
So it's a cutout. It's St. Peter, and you put your face in.
The photo
op.
In
it.
Oh, right.
So people come and take their pictures, take it. So we had that when we went to the little folk festival, and people were like, "Oh, it's Jesus," and I'm like. It's not Jesus. It's St. Peter, the gatekeeper. Like,
they don't know.
So again, they don't know. So that's why we had to tell the story. That's why again.
My sister-in-law used to live here, and they don't know.
Well, but you know what? With that all said.
But she lives in Lowell, and she was well aware of who St. Peter is and all that stuff. She's probably the only one from Lowell that knows about St. Peter.
And Fiesta is not really all about the big drunk party that I think people think. And I think that that's something that is always going to be part of it. We don't see it that way. I won't lie. I do like to partake in a little, extra adult curriculum. I won't lie. But I love the tradition. We do the 9-day novena that started last week. We go every night. We're the Portuguese girls celebrating this Italian festival that we
let's
just
face it,
love.
Half of our community, half is Portuguese.
You're right.
And the other half is Italian. I mean, that's what it is.
And we love it.
It was a while ago. Now we're a melting
mixed
pot
bag.
now.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's just, I think it gave us a lot more meaning when we started going to it and being and that's when we saw the way that they do the altars at the Legion. They do it there. They set it all up every year. They display St. Peter different. So my sister.
So I do that on my hat every year. The way St. Peter is displayed right now, which most of the community doesn't see because they don't go to the novena, but they display him. They dress him up. This year he's got the Nina out front of him. There's a lighthouse. There's some seagulls. It's beautiful. It really is. They set it up really, really nice. So
one thing about the Fiesta cast too is, obviously us growing up, Fiesta was one of those things. Carnival, drinking.
Yeah.
Yep. And as we continue to do the Fiesta cast and talking to people, like you and your caliber, is we go on about these traditions, and stuff like that, and we learn about why Fiesta is important to everyone and why people do the things that they do. And, it's one of those things where we bring it to light where it's like, it's not just about that.
It's not.
It
not.
is about the tradition.
Yeah.
Because don't get it twisted. I will sit out here on Sunday morning and I will show up in my Fiesta white right there at that corner.
Right.
And I will wait for Father Jim to come out and bless everybody. And be like, all right, now you all
It's
go.
a great tradition.
It's an awesome tradition.
It is, and it's the 92nd year this year, which is so awesome. And, the greasy pole and the sailboat races, and it's just...
We love it when newbies come to town, or like newbies don't know what the greasy pole is and the same boat races, because it is such a tradition. And I think like Sunday's always one of my favorite days, because the pride that the gentlemen who have walked it before, who have won it before, like the pride that they have in that,
They're not the drunken fools out on the pole.
No.
They're not.
It's
don't
like a rite
see
of
that
passage
anymore,
for them. And it really...
No, it's toned down a lot over the years,
Oh,
I think,
absolutely.
too. Even with the Friday and the Saturday pole. My husband walks Saturday, so, I mean, don't get me wrong, they still have a damn good time.
Sure.
But it's not what it used to be. And it always does make me a little bit mad when people are like, oh, Fiesta's just one big party. I'm like, well, it's just a tiny part of it. People are celebrating.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just, there's more to it than
And I
that.
feel like those people haven't experienced.
Well, they haven't got the other
They
side
haven't
of it.
experienced what it's really all about. And again, for us, it's our friends, it's our family, it's the community. I mean, Gloucester definitely has one of the most unique communities ever.
Yeah.
And we've experienced that many, many times through our life. And I do. I love this time of year. My son will tell you the best holiday ever, and he's 22, is my mother's best holiday ever is Fiesta.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Right? It really is. It's I look forward to seeing Samuel this year. I look forward to seeing people I haven't seen for 365 days.
That's what I love. People come home from all over
They
the
come
world.
home.
They've moved away,
Yeah.
and they always
It's bigger than
migrate
Christmas.
back. It
Gloucester
is.
is bigger than
It's
Christmas.
a big family reunion is what I call it. It's a big
it's
family
also,
reunion.
like, warm.
I got goosebumps.
Yep.
It's warm. And
So we did Fiesta Cast 2 years ago with two of my friends that came out from California to be here for Fiesta.
Nice.
It actually is coming up on my time hop now. And they were like, oh, I just want to come back and eat all the food. It's a good part of it.
Yeah.
Because, and I even had, I think it was you, where like you love bringing strangers from out of town, like here for Fiesta.
I cooked that year, right?
Yeah,
Did
but you also just said that to me on the last podcast too. You're like, you love just bringing newcomers here for Fiesta. I'm like, because I'm bringing a new person. She's from New Hampshire. She's
Nice.
coming out for Friday, and she's like, you just love bringing strangers here, don't you, for Fiesta? I'm like,
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun.
I think a lot of people do.
I would love to
experience
be a
it.
person who has never seen it before and then just show up.
Yep.
I would love to just be
How
like,
awesome would it be? Like,
what is that's what I mean? Like, what is going
What
on
about
here?
this one? This one over here with his headphones on.
today I got out of my car and someone was walking by and they're looking at the half-built altar, and I said, next weekend's the weekend to be here. And they're like, why? What goes on? And I looked over and I said, St. Peter's Fiesta. I said, just Google it on your phone. I said, if you're not far from here, I said,
Make the trip.
you should come down. They had just come from down by Pavilion Beach, and I said, did you see that thing out in the water there, that platform? They're like, yeah, we're wondering about that. And I said, well, that comes really alive next weekend. I said, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I said, you might want to.
Oh, Sam's so
Just-
excited.
You would have had
You know,
me yet.
come on down. So-
Seriously.
Right,
I have
'cause then when it's
college
over-
that I bring.
Right, because after Sunday, you go home, they bring out St. Peter and they parade them all around, and then the next day you come and it's like it's gone. It's like Christmas.
It's like it never happened.
It's over, and you're like,
it's
we have like
sad.
Fiesta hangovers, not because we've been drinking, but just because for 4 days. This one, she loses her voice.
I do.
By the Sunday night, her voice
From
is
talking
hoarse.
so much. First of all, it's not from yelling all the time.
Right.
Well, and
It's
the
from
chanting
talking
does
a
do
lot
it,
and
too.
how you doing and what are you doing and what are you doing. Come on. I never stop.
And my
I make
sister
sense
likes
on
to
when my-
sing at the party. So our party, we have a band, and the party, the last song of the night is my sister singing Angie, and that's how we all know it's time
awesome.
Go
time
home.
to go. And
That's awesome.
It's always hard, but it's just fun. People bring food, and they just
Everyone
they just
pitches
want to
in.
be a part of it,
Yeah,
and laugh,
Of course.
and smile.
When you have a
and-
party that big, everyone starts to pitch in.
It's a great party. It really is.
So, do you have a favorite year of your hat?
Oh, geez. The year I did all the old. I did 4 old altars from the past, like they were from the 30s and the 40s and the 60s.
Wow.
They were awesome, and I have to say because it was so intricate. If you saw the altars back in the day, they were gorgeous, and they would pick a family and they would set it up out front of their houses, and it was an honor to have this altar displayed down in the fore out in front of your house.
Right.
And so.
Now,
when
did you do research to see what those
Absolutely,
altars look like?
absolutely.
And where did you go to find
Well, I
that
went to the
information?
Fiesta book. There's a Fiesta book that was done a bunch of years ago, and it had some great pictures, probably the best pictures you can find. And I started looking through them, and I'll tell you, it was really a great hat.
It must have been hard to just pick 4.
It was very hard.
I'm
It
sure
was.
it was.
It was.
Yeah, that's a
were
hat that I wish
amazing
that we
back
had
then.
kept.
I wish I had kept it
Because we've had people ask, like, we should put them in the museum, be part of the museum display, things like that. And we're like,
But you
what
kind
a-
of use the same hat.
We
over
use
and
the
over.
same
You use
hat.
the same base, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, do you take photos of the hats? Have you ever thought about getting them professionally
Archiving.
taken, like having
We
the
have-
photos professionally taken, like?
No, we just have people take.
No,
we have
people take lots of pictures of
them.
us. So we, take pictures, but send them to us. Put them up on our website.
It's a tradition for me. I have to get a picture with the hat ladies every year.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why- yeah.
Yeah.
I got Emmett now.
And
Yeah.
how
And
many
now we have
do you-
Emmett to
So,
it.
how many pictures do you have, Sam?
I don't know. I'd have to go through them. I probably
Really?
have at least 5 or 6.
you don't
just
have
up
a
to
folder just
7,
on your
8.
phone.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go through them, and that was before social media. I mean,
Yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah.
I probably have to
Okay.
go through them. But yeah, and my dad knows them well too. So
Right.
I mean,
So, what did you make new friends, or did you expand your social circle by doing this? I mean, because you had done this
definitely.
because it's so. Who's like some of the
Everybody
people that-
wants to be our friend Fiesta time. They do. We're fun to hang out with. We
Right.
just, as my sister would say, we spread smiles. That's what we do.
Right.
People smile when they see us. We once went to a party, and it's a party that we normally go to every year on Sunday, Fiesta. We walk up, and we heard 2 women say, "Here are those girls with those ridiculous hats on." Well, let me tell you, we didn't need to chew them out because everyone
Did
else
you
was
have
like,
the
"What?"
hat on when they?
We did.
Oh,
We come
okay.
walking up
Okay.
around the corner with our hats on.
fun records.
And we could hear them, and we were like, and let me tell you,
I
they
would've
kind of
been
had
all
somebody
over.
say to them, "Are you serious? Really? Where do you go to
Right.
see such a hat?" So
Right.
when you see it, you kind of go, "Wow!" Every time you look at my hat, you'll see something totally different.
Right.
I wouldn't have to change my hat for years, and every time you looked at that hat, you would see something different.
Right.
For years, I had Ambi sausage on it. It looked just like Ambi. Ambi sat up in the left
Oh, it
corner
was perfect.
on a stack of Legos, holding a sausage.
Yeah.
It looked just like him.
Right.
Umbrella, tiki, my tied tiki umbrella over his
That's
head,
awesome.
and he became iconic. So, the last couple of years, I put a little sign over Ambi saying "retired."
Aw,
So,
that's
yep.
amazing.
Yeah.
And it was great.
just-
And I have
it's
many
just fun.
pictures taken with Ambi and my hat, with Ambi on the hat.
Have
So-
you taken the picture with Ambi?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Just said
Yeah.
that.
Of course. Yeah.
Are you know
No, with just Ambi on the hat.
No, she just.
I know.
Yeah.
But
We've taken it with the mayor, and when she was
Also,
running.
the senator too.
The senator.
Oh yeah, who else? The senator and Margaret. It's just funny. It's just crazy. It's just
So
fun.
now do people know exactly what time that you're probably going to be at Beach Court and when you are walking through and people are waiting for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
You know when they've
because
hit the
everyone
beach.
parts the Red Sea. It's like what?
No, you literally know when they've hit the beach.
Are the greasy
Like,
pole walkers out here? Oh no, it's the hat lady.
And
we
sometimes
stand in the middle, and you can tell when they hit.
And
when they're coming.
sometimes
I'm like, oh, there they come.
the announcers will say, the crazy hat ladies have arrived at the beach. And so that always is a head turner. And again, there's usually a lot of people. You always find a crowd of people that have never really been there, which is so much fun because they have really no idea what's going on. And then we have so many Gloucester people that just, can't wait to have a picture.
Do you stand on the beach when the greasy pole starts?
Yeah.
You don't wait the whole time. Because
No,
you
we
have a
don't.
Party to get
we have a
back
gathering
to,
at
so-
our house that we go back
Right.
to, so we
Okay.
stay for an hour or two.
Okay.
Or if that long, and it depends.
Yeah,
If
on
it's
the
high
beach.
tide, there's not a lot of beach, so we try to do a
Right.
quick little walk through.
Okay.
And Sunday's our day. Sunday we spend all day, usually out and about.
And then what time do you start on Sunday?
It usually starts early.
The parade.
so
we
the
go to the
parade
parade.
starts.
So
We go to the
we
parade.
go to the parade together
On
down
Sunday.
by
You stand
Ed's
for
Mini
the-
Mart. We go
Okay,
by Ed's
that-
Mini Mart,
all right.
cross street from Ed's Mini
Yep,
Mart.
and with
We
your
go-
hats on.
With our
Yeah,
hats.
with our hats.
Okay.
And we just, we go to a party. We have a party there that we go to. We eat and we kind of chill.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we kind of just start making our way.
Just
down
like everyone
Pine
else, we
Street.
just
yeah, we just and
follow
we stop
the
at
people.
people's gatherings.
Yeah.
You're like, come in,
Yeah.
check this out. Here, have a drink, have
great.
something to eat.
So yeah, we have a routine that we do. We get
Awesome.
fed very well along the way. A lot of
bet.
Mediga steak, lots of
yeah.
Mediga steak,
Nice.
and sweet Italian sausages, and
Yes.
we've been.
And then we'll go and hang out at the beach and just, if it's a nice day, we'll just sit. We'll camp ourselves out there. And we'll
This
just
year, I think I'm going to go down early on Sunday, throw a couple beach chairs down there, throw a little blanket, and we're ready to go. Because I won't lie, I am tired come Sunday.
Yeah.
And we just, come on, sister, we got a handful
You know,
more
it's funny,
hours. We
we've-
got this.
We've yet to make it to the final procession where they parade them all around the fort. Because after
At
the
midnight?
Yeah.
after the greasy
Are
pole.
you serious? You do the whole thing?
No.
Until
No,
No,
we
they haven't.
have never made it.
But what happens is after the greasy pole, we hang out down there. and We'll go home,
Yeah.
and we're
Yeah,
like
so
we're
We're
so
exhausted.
that I'm like
Right.
we don't have the energy, but we
Because you've already
try.
been doing it.
We
try.
try, don't we?
We do.
Now,
do a
Sam,
good
did you
job.
take Monday off? Oh, you work from home now.
I work from home.
So now, hey.
And my kids
I
are
did.
daycare on Mondays, so I do have the day off, kind of.
I have Monday off.
I never
take it
ever
off.
take Monday off. I always forget. I'm gonna,
Awesome.
I take a
Rookie-
couple
rookie
days
move.
off beforehand.
You have
I take
to.
a couple days off after, and
yeah.
we sigh, we laugh, and we say, "Another great year."
So what happens when it becomes one of those spectacular Fiesta weekends where the weather it's just not perfect for us, and there's the fog or the rain, and it's just crappy.
Yeah.
What do you
How
guys
do you
do
do
about
that?
your
Yeah.
hats?
Well, if it's that raining bad, and we haven't experienced that in a long time,
We did it. No, a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, it rained. They kind
yes,
of
they canceled it, so
Fiesta.
the hats don't come out.
No, we
they
took. No,
don't?
we ended up taking them out the next day. Remember, they on Monday they
Oh,
did
yeah,
the
yeah,
greasy
they did the
pole.
greasy pole.
So
Oh,
Monday-
that was a while. Yeah, that was like 4.
That was what
4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
2015, I think.
Yeah.
2014.
So we take them out, but we have.
But if it's horrible rain, just like everything else, we can't take those hats out. They'd be just
Right. Exactly. Ruin them.
pummeled, So yeah, knock on wood, we gotta put good vibes out there for good weather like this. You kidding me? So,
I've
but
already started looking at the weather. I'm like just checking everything.
Yeah,
I'm going on a
not
boat
me.
on Friday. I'm trying to make sure that stays
It's supposed to
stable.
be good. I think it's going to be good.
my party goes on, rain or shine.
Yeah.
We
party goes
we
on very
prepared
fast.
too
The
much,
hats might-
but the hats
the
might
lights
not come
might,
out both days. We hope
depending.
we always get them out one day.
Yeah.
they're always
Right.
out Saturday or
Right.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We know it's going to rain. We put tarps up and stuff like that. So we'll do it just for
for our friends and stuff. but-
So, do you think your boys will come back and do something? Because I mean, your boys are older now. They might be like,
No.
well, our moms are pretty freaking cool."
No.
Done.
No, they don't.
They
don't
do
wanna
think
carry
our
it.
mothers are pretty cool, but they have been done with the hats for
Yeah.
quite some time.
Bummer. Okay.
That's it. No, it's you know what?
You
It's
guys
what
should
it
adopt
is.
Emmett during Fiesta when he gets older.
Oh, see,
Robin's got two
sure he'd
new
love to.
two little girls who have been.
I got 2 girls in my life, and they're 11 years old, and they were making hats today. Yeah, they took their hats out from last year, and I have to say they were adding and lots of glue stick going on and paint. So they're very excited about it. So I love have these little proteges. So this could go on for
Right.
some time. You know?
Wow.
Oh yes, I have seen that one on Google Images as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
So do they walk around and be like, "My mom's a crazy hat lady"?
Well, the girls are not mine. They're my boyfriend's kids.
I'm
But
saying
my
what you're
son, my
saying
son calls me the crazy Fiesta hat lady. He's called me that forever
But I
and
feel
ever.
like he could get in at like certain places, and be like, do you not know who I am? My mom's
It's a crazy hat lady.
Excuse me.
Well, I've had people say to me, "Oh, are you the crazy hat lady?" I'm like, "Yes, but I'm also a teacher
Yeah,
too,
right.
and I have my master's degree." But yeah, if you want to know me for the crazy hat ladies, that's right. It's kind of good that it's at the end of the school year and kids are out because they might see me, and and then they don't remember, and when they go back to school, so it's just fun.
So it's kind of good.
Yeah. It's all good. It really is. It's been a lot of fun. It is funny when people say, "Oh, you're one of those crazy Fiesta hat ladies," and we're like, "Yes, I am," and they get a big kick out of it. So it's just it. So I am definitely getting very excited about this year's
And no
Fiesta.
one even knows, like no one knows but you guys. Like
Just
until
us.
you step outside,
Nobody
so
sees
at your
us.
house, at your party, everyone's probably waited
and
with
want to
bated
know
breath,
what's
right?
going on.
Yeah.
And so
What's she gonna do this year?
right?
That's always
So people are lined on the streets in my neighborhood with confetti bombs. So confetti bombs go off as we come by. It's awesome. Poof, poof, poof. I love it. I love it.
It's amazing.
It's a lot of chanting. The
It's a
greasy
great
pullers.
moment.
I can't even tell you how I love that the Saturday walkers show up at my
We've
house.
been doing that for
they
like 5 or
do?
6 years now. Yeah.
Yep, we
Yeah,
feed
go to
them.
Pete's house and we go to Robin's.
We keep them hydrated. We help them tape on costumes. We get glue guns out. We've stitched things. We've done that. Oh, wait, hold on. And they lead our parade. So they lead our parade
Really?
at
Yep.
3
And
o'clock.
then they go down.
And right
they
after
go
that,
right back
they're
to
gone,
Pete's.
and we follow down. And I love it.
Wow. Now, when did that start? With them coming to your
I
house?
would
5
say
or 6 years ago.
I'm going to say at
5?
least 6 years
Yeah,
ago.
6 years.
Wow.
something like that. Well, since Brian's been doing it. I know Brian's been doing it for about 6 years.
It might have been a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just because they would trickle in.
And how did that even manifest?
We asked somebody who was a walker. I said, bring a couple guys up, come by the house. I'd love to have you. I think people would love to see you guys all decked out. If you don't have a place to go, come grab a burger. So that's how and now we have probably 20, 25, 30 of the
we
guys
go to
show up.
Pete's house and we're like,
Yeah,
every-
they're
they
part
know,
of our
we're like,
tradition.
All right, let's go to Robin's. We gotta get there by 3, and we all go from.
And
Soul
even
to
I tell them,
Robin's,
even if
and
just swing on by for the 15-minute parade, we
and
know
that's
you have a
what
place
they'll
to
do a
go.
lot. And some of them even stay.
Oh,
Some
they
of them stay.
come early. They drink. Look, they hydrate. They drink lots of water, soda, and then they hit that
carb up and
carb
get
up.
ready to
And
go.
really, they're not walking out of there staggering by any means.
Right.
So, yeah.
People, we make sure people are responsible.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly, and and clean up after. So people have just
And everyone's
pitched-
walking right down the street.
Right.
I have never ever had a problem at
I was
my
gonna
house
say, everybody
in
really
27
kinda takes
years.
care of each other.
I always say, watch out, invite good people, watch your neighbors, and see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it really, I have to say, we have been so very lucky
So
to
how
have.
does it make you both feel being part of the Fiesta tradition in a sense? Because you guys not only are the hat ladies that go down to the beach, but knowing that now the walkers come to you as part of their tradition as well now.
Well, we love it. My sister has joked many years that we think we should get special pins. We have not been
You guys should get the
recognized.
walker's pin.
Like the Fiesta committee, they
statue
all
carrier
know
pins.
us, but we're not recognized as, here, they are part of Fiesta. We're part of Fiesta in our own way.
Right.
And that is fine with me.
They've been knighted by the community. They're
Right.
not the committee.
Absolutely. And that's fine with me. I don't need to have any other kind of
we don't-
invitation. We just do what we do because we love what we do.
God, you guys should start making pins.
We did pins. We did pins for a few years. We had our own pin machine.
Did
We
you
did-
bracelets?
We did
Busted
we did
out
bracelets. Yep.
Koozies.
Koozies. Yeah. We hand out
T-shirts.
koozies during
One
our
year,
parade. Yeah.
So when Robin's husband, in 2014, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and so we did cancer fundraiser, and we sold T-shirts, and we took donations. So that year, people were, dug deep and donated, and that was
great.
really great because
And we donated all the money to the cancer
American
fund,
Cancer
American
Society.
Cancer Society. It was great.
and that was great.
Yeah. So we kind of just kept doing that a little bit. Actually, our mom many years ago was sick with leukemia, and I remember doing it then too. And we sent it in, and we said, it's not for us. Let's just see what we can do to just help a little bit, give a little bit back if we can. With our silliness.
Right.
So
that's awesome.
it's a win-win. It's
Can't wait to see what you guys have this year.
I don't think
Me too.
so.
Me too.
So we have created this facade that we have to keep up. So here we are.
Right.
We're year number 20.
20, like 19.
This is
Yeah,
19.
19 years,
2000,
yeah.
now it's 19.
Yeah. So here we
20th
are.
anniversary next year.
A 20th anniversary next year of doing it. Could
I
be.
know. I often
Could be
say,
big,
like, maybe
right?
we should go out when we're really good, when people want us.
Yeah. No, there is no
People
going
ask
out.
me all the time, like, "Are you doing hats?" I'm like, "Do you really think that my sister will let me not do it?" I said,
Yeah, we can't not do it.
Yeah.
And, like I said, not every year's an epic year, but I'm very excited. I finished my hat today, so I am very, very happy.
So you finished yours.
Yeah.
Have you finished yours, Amy?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I wait till I'm out of school because I have a lot of stuff to do at school, and
And
I
then-
can't cross over the two things. So,
Are you thinking about it at least?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I think I probably want to
It'll-
do this. And
yeah, it'll be done by Tuesday. Like, I'm
Okay.
going to be working on it tomorrow and
Okay.
stuff like that.
And
So-
what's your best friend? Super glue, glue gun.
Hot glue gun, always a 3rd-degree burn somewhere.
Gosh,
One
yeah,
year
yeah.
she had to have tape up her hand.
Oh, my God,
Yeah,
stop.
it's horrible.
Yep.
It's the hot glue gun. It's brutal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta be
Oh, God. I
careful.
mean, we have shit. It's so funny because she just pulls out this box.
I have
It's
2
just
boxes full of
it's
Fiesta stuff. Pipe cleaners,
junk.
Italian
It's junk
figures,
box.
Legos, Italian flags, American flags,
where do
foamy
you
board.
where do you get all that?
Hey, be nice.
collected over the years. We've just
collect it.
collected it.
Do people ever give you stuff?
AC
nice.
Moore. Yeah, I've had people giving us stuff.
Don't you start.
You'd be surprised. You know what? Our favorite time of year is the day after Christmas. All that red and green garland.
Gold, yeah.
Fiesta. We are like, it's the most wonderful time. And they're giving it away for like $1. So yeah,
lights,
we've been
yeah.
known to have buckets of garland, red, green, and gold.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm like, special day just for us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Awesome.
the craziness begins. My ideas in my head really start in February. I really think about what I'm going to do in February. And this year wasn't that year. I thought, and I thought, and I thought, and it just went, that's what I'm going to do. Because I always do the altar, but I kind of move things around a little bit. And yeah, it's great. I'm very happy about it. I think everyone will like it. It's very sparkly.
Oh,
It's
good.
very sparkly.
You're here for it.
And
Good,
sparkles
good.
matter.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you ladies so much for coming out.
thank you.
Sam, thank you. No
problem.
And Sam being a part of our
Right.
4th year.
Thank you for asking. And
Yes,
we
so
are honored to
excited.
do
Because I
this
remember
tonight.
I asked Sam last year, I said to Sam, I was like, next year, I want the Crazy Hat Ladies. And she sent me a photo, I think on Sunday.
me and you.
And she
Yeah.
was like, hey, Bridget. And then she took a photo. I was like, oh. She's like, next year? I'm like, oh my God, Alicia. Guess who we got for next year's FIESTACAST? She goes, who? What? Already? Why? Come on. I'm like,
how we feel.
we got the Crazy Hat Ladies. She goes, it's not even Fiesta Sunday. It's not even over yet. I'm like,
And we
Oh,
already
I love it.
I
Oh,
got
thank you,
it.
ladies. Thank you.
So
Funny
Thank
when I
you.
asked you again this year, I was like, I hope they remembered. that.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
hey
yeah.
guys.
You remember a year ago.
Yeah, I know.
that I asked
know.
you.
Remember when I asked you
I've
a
been
year ago
waiting.
if you
I've
wanted
been
to
like,
do this?
it is too early in May to start messaging Sam.
Never
No, it's
for
not.
Sam.
I'm just gonna start
Kidding
messaging
me?
her
Monday
now.
after Fiesta, I'm
Sam.
like 365 days, folks. 365.
It was our honor. We really appreciate it.
No,
we really
I
do.
mean,
Thank you.
I honestly have been so stoked about this because I've been telling people, I'm like, look at the Crazy Hat Ladies. Look at the Crazy Fiesta.
And I was so excited to learn all about it because, you know, even though I'm from here, I still did not know the why and the how and
Yeah.
everything behind it. So
Community.
hopefully I'm not
It really
the
comes
only
down
one.
to our community.
Yeah, and then-
and how we take this very serious. We
Yeah.
love this celebration
So much fun.
for our community.
It's awesome.
And check us out on Facebook,
Yeah.
Crazy Hat Ladies of
Crazy
Fiesta.
Hat Ladies of
Oh,
Fiesta.
Tagging
yes.
you, don't
Oh,
you
yes,
worry.
I'll
I
be
already have.
there.
So
Pictures.
Awesome.
You probably should get an Instagram account, huh?
Oh my God, you guys should totally
Why
get
don't
it.
you create one, Sam, for us?
I will gladly, seriously. Done.
Done.
I'll do it.
Awesome.
and then anyone can just do hashtag Crazy Hat
Yeah.
Ladies, and then you can
Fiesta,
just
and then-
filter through
yeah.
that.
Right, because I'm not an Instagrammer, but I will be more than happy to.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I will gladly.
But
Viva!
before,
Viva
before you
San
go,
Okay, yes.
before you go, Robin, will you honor us
Oh.
with the chant?
Oh, I will. I will.
You can do it.
Mag-isama tutte muti!
Viva San Pedro!
Mag-isama tutte muti!
Viva San Pedro!
Mag-isama tutte muti!
Viva San Pedro!
Viva!
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 Viva!